So we're at the Hay Palace, and it is, you can see, a massive, massive building. There's like trucks and everything over there in that side of it. There's the hay squeeze. It's just huge hay storage, and it looks like just a big storage barn until you really start looking around, and there's a lot of odd stuff going on in here. Like this here. Does anybody know what this is or what it was used for? Because we can't figure it out. It's a big piece of telephone pole with these ropes that all go up there, and there's no pulleys or no nothing. It's just like it swings back and forth right here. And to make it even stranger, on these big brackets bolted onto the poles here is this thing. This is the top of like a oxygen or acetylene bottle with these cuts in the bottom. And then on the other side of this big log swing, there's the bottom half of the bottle cut the same way. And we don't know what all this is for, or if these even have anything to do with that. And then if we come over here, there's an engine sitting here with a winch on it that goes up to a cable to a pulley in the roof, and there's this rope system that's tied over that center beam there with pulleys up there, and there's like a, almost looks like burlap or canvas like sling on the end of it. Like this was used to sling load off of trucks, and somebody sat here and ran that winch engine. But there's a pulley head up there that swivels around, and we don't quite have it figured out. And by don't quite have it figured out, I mean we have no clue how this worked. But this place was ran by an old guy he slept in the corner over here. And when trucks would pull in, you'd honk your horn and he'd wake up and he'd come load you or unload you and store your hay here. But this was the old guy's kind of cabin area. He had a sink, he had tools, his paperwork all right here, and just some of his supplies. And this is where he slept. This is his chairs, and when trucks pull in, they give a honk on the horn and he'd wake up and come load or unload you and store your hay, and then build contraptions like what's over there that we can't figure out. So there's another giant building out the door over there that again you probably can't see from here. But that old guy's long gone, and nobody knows quite, here comes more trucks, no one quite knows how all these contraptions he built works. And now Jesse here stores a good bit of hay in here, and we're trying to figure it all out. You know, I grew up hauling hay, and that was what we did every summer, is bucking hay by hand. We handled bales like this. These are these are only 2-wire. These are probably like 80-pound bales, but 3-wire ones get up to around 120, 130. Hay hooks, stack them on the truck by hand, get to the barn, unstack them by hand. You can see these ones here have all the puncture holes in them. They're using a bale spear to move them. But Jesse's much smarter. He bales all his hay too big to pick up by hand, and then when he compresses it down small, he makes it too heavy to pick up by hand. So he never has to pick up hay. That's the smart way to do it. We were super dumb doing these little bales. Like this building is so cool. There's so much just like little stuff like this. Like there's this hand winch bolted to the side, and it's a pulley set up. That's where curtains. You found a guy who knows what's going on.
He's gonna tell us.
All right, we're gonna learn some stuff. Well, there's pulleys like this that like you can sit here by hand and crank a curtain across this whole wall to shut it off. And check out this folding awning here. There's pulleys up there on the roof that come down to the end of this, so you can fold this awning down, and I guess have more room to drive through with trucks or something. And if you need the hay storage, you can pull it up out of there, and then you've got covered storage out here too. I don't know what else going on out here, but there's tons of stuff. I love it. Just old stuff. So this is Gary. Gary is the one who actually knows what all the contraptions are in this place, and me and Jesse feel really dumb right now because we're trying to figure out how this contraption moves hay. And Gary explained what it actually is. So this log has nothing to do with moving hay. It was a log swing for the church kids to ride on.
Yeah.
Because he had the room to do it. Because we're looking at, like, there's no pulleys up there. It doesn't move up and down. How does... We've been spending this whole time trying to figure out how this moves hay.
If we move on this hay right now, we can go for a ride.
Yeah, then we could swing around. Well, we feel dumb. So what are these?
I think these were the bells, so you had to swing and try to hit the bell.
You know how long we stared at that, trying to figure out how that moves hay, and like, do those like stab into the end of the bale, or? And then this contraption up here is not for craning bales around; it's a swing. So
It's a harness.
So you get in the harness, it winches you up, and then
Pulls you up, and you pull a rope, and you fall.
And then you swing across the barn.
Yeah.
We were way off. Like, maybe you hook, there's the hay hook on the end, and you hook a bale and it lifts the bale up, and...
Oh, Jesse's overthinking.
Jesse's overthinking. So Jesse really wanted to take the tour and learn about all this stuff too, but he's got to unload the truck, so he'll just figure it out when he watches this video.
This is the pack-a-load.
Pack-a-load?
There should be a driveway through here. Then those arms open up with the rollers. You drive your truck through when you're hauling out.
Oh, and it squeezes the hay?
Then it closes up over your trailers and you drive through and it straightens the load.
Oh, so once the hay's all loaded on the truck, those big rollers would run down the side and straighten everything?
Yeah.
Do they go in and out?
They go up and down, in and out. They drive the cab of the truck through with them open.
Oh, with the mirrors and stuff?
And they close up.
Oh, it's got hydraulics on the bottom to move it in and out. Oh, concrete pad it's on and everything. Look, the bottom hinge is made out of old truck axle. And then hydraulic rams, look at the hubcap on the end of the tube.
Yeah.
And then the truck would just drive through and this would straighten all the hay on the trailer. And then what, they strap down before they head out on the road?
But you'd strap down before you went through the...
Oh, you strapped down before you went through this?
Yeah.
And it would still straighten it all up?
Yeah.
Hey, this is an old half a truck rim. Welded, well, this is two half a truck rims. Welded to the bottom of this on a hub. And then over here in the Blackberries is a little generator house, a little hydraulic pump engine that would run all this in and out. So they pull right out of this and onto the road and off they go. That's a cool setup.
That was the guy was an engineer. So the forks being mounted all the way back here. They made a...
Oh, this is that whole...
This second area, and he would go 11 bales high.
So he put another forklift mast on the front of the forklift mast.
So he could go 11 bales high.
So he could fill all the way up to the top. So it's hinged off this one bar and it floats back and forth on the end of that. It's not solid mounted. He built all this himself?
On the front part, I'm sure he fabbed up.
Hey Jesse, we learned some stuff.
Well, I wish I could. I often watch the video and learn.
We learned that we completely overthink things.
What was the deal?
It's a log swing for kids to ride on.
I would have never guessed that. Somebody said it was a swing, but what's the deal with the motor and the pulleys and all that stuff?
That is just another swing that if you have before
There's
bungee
two
jumping.
swing?
Before
Really?
bungee jumping, you can just...
All that burlap thing up there I thought was to like sling bales is a harness you put on and then it winches you to the top and you pull it, release, and swing down.
Right?
What was the original?
Yeah, let's go try it.
I'm good.
What we also found out from Gary while I was here is this was all built for firewood storage. This is all firewood, all the way down underneath this awning. And this contraption right here is the wood rack. You can see it's made out of telephone pole framework as well. And what they would do would come in with the hay squeeze and grab it with the hay squeeze, take it over here, load it with firewood, and then haul it over to the house over there and unload the firewood into the house. So I was trying to figure out what kind of like deck or on a stage or whatever the heck this was. It's a firewood rack that they would grab with the hay squeeze to haul the wood. So if you look here, it's got like flatbed strap winches bolted to every pole all the way down the barn, and they go up through that piece of tubing right there that acts as kind of the pulley and come back out to the end. I know it may be hard to see on the camera, but where those boards are sandwiched together, there's door hinges, like normal little door hinges, all the way down to get used to lower this down and raise it back up. Can you imagine how long it took to sit here with the breaker bar and crank a couple cranks on this one, couple cranks on that one, all the way down this whole barn, and then all the way back over and over again until you raise this awning out? And then these bottom cables here stop it from blowing up in the wind. And then this tractor here and this drag box are what we use to clean all the waste hay out of the barns and haul off. And if you look over there, you'll see telephone poles sticking up. He was building a whole nother one of these big buildings over there, but yeah, those poles go way off down there, but he never got that finished before he died. Jesse, where are all your trucks?
I don't know. Let me look on E-Roads, see if I can tell. Truck 1 is about 5 minutes away. Truck 12's right behind him. And 7's right behind him, so they're gonna all pile in here together.
Look, you have something to do.
I got work again.
Now all of them are going to show up in a row.
Every one of them.
Yep.
There'll be 4 of them here together.
Jesse's stirring up stuff. Jesse says, I need to know why you're hauling straw for a few weeks.
Paying for your airplane repairs?
That's right, yeah.
Why you got to pay for airplane repairs?
Airplanes are money pit.
I'm gonna pay him to fly me to go look at alfalfa.
That's how we can scan the field. I said we because I want to go flying too.
Oh yeah.
We'll make a video.
Yeah. So the other guys, they can roll this all out in one shot.
We're not even gonna try it. Well,
Come on. Let's see. Give it your best shot.
No, because I gotta think about it. So Miguel does it. He I think my watch is gonna. I think my.
I'm hearing a lot of excuses. Let's just see it.
I don't know how he does it. Not like that. I think it's all about getting the bounce, or not the bounce. It's the wrist. I think it was the watch. The watch threw it off. The watch slowed me up. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a watch on.
Lots of excuses.
This looks like So this,
I think you should fix that gutter.
The other barn had fixed, spray painted. That is going to create a huge problem right here.
Yeah, I think that gutter needs some attention, seeing as how it's just dumping straight on the hay.
Yeah. So do you have any duct tape?
I do in my Jeep.
Guess I know what we're doing.